What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and welcome to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily. And if you are not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video, throw a comment down in the comments section. It really helps the channel. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. It is Tuesday, September 24th, and we are 2 days removed from a Packers decisive 30-14 win over the Titans. And although I am trying to enjoy that win as much as possible, we've got the Minnesota Vikings coming to town this weekend, and they are currently sitting at 3-0, one of the few undefeated teams left in the league. They beat the Giants, they beat the 49ers, and then last weekend they beat the Texans. So far, two of those games coming at home in Minneapolis, and their lone road game being in New York against the Giants. Sam Darnold, believe it or not, is being thrown around in some MVP conversations, which is just crazy to even think about. Earlier this offseason, he was looking like the backup after they drafted J.J. McCarthy. But so far, so good for Sam Darnold and that Vikings offense. It seems like whether he's got his guys out there or not, he's been able to run that offense at a pretty high level. So throw it back to the 49ers game 2 weeks ago, and he was without Jordan Addison the entire way. Justin Jefferson went down in the second half, and it didn't matter. Sam Darnold marched the offense down the field with ease to milk that win away, and that was against the 49ers defense, which is crazy to think about. E. Carter over on Instagram, too early for MVP conversations. I absolutely agree. TJ Hawkinson for the Vikes has yet to play a game this year. He's on the PUP list, so he also will not be playing against us this weekend. Brian Flores, their defensive coordinator, has that defense looking pretty good through 3 games, but I think it goes without saying, it all comes down to who is starting for us at quarterback. Malik Willis, as we all know, has been balling out the last 2 weeks and has us sitting at 2-1. After losing the season opener to the Eagles, we've won the last 2 games, and a large part of that is due to the way Malik Willis is playing. If for some reason Jordan isn't able to get cleared before Sunday, it's going to be a tall task for Malik Willis in the offense. And although I do think there is a clear path to winning, it'll be much tougher in the last 2 weeks. With that being said, hopefully Jordan can get healthy in time to be able to play. Coach did say yesterday during his press conference that Jordan will begin this week as a limited participant as practice goes. So hopefully that can increase to a full participant, and then hopefully that'll turn into him getting cleared to come back. Goes without saying that this Jordan Love situation this week is the number one thing we will all be monitoring. So I'll be posting all the updates as they come out in real time on all the socials. So be sure to be following at GBP Daily. Let's dive into the chat here. Happy Tuesday. Hope your week is off to a great start. Packers are 2-1. And outside of Jordan Love, we've got a pretty healthy team. So I know Marshawn Lloyd, yes, is on IR. Jordan Morgan also missed last weekend's game with a shoulder injury, the same shoulder he had issues with during training camp. But overall, we are pretty healthy. So you absolutely love to see that. Trent starting us off, much different beast, like you said, this weekend. I admittedly have been watching the Vikings games, and they are legit. Trent, what's going on? I know at least one of those games has been during a Packer game, so better be having that on a second TV with no value. Trent says the Vikings are legit. Are they, though? I am applauding them for going 3-0. I don't want it to seem like I'm underestimating them going into this weekend, but hear me out. New York Giants, week 1, they are not a good football team. The 49ers, week 2, they had and still have a ton of injuries. And then the Texans this last weekend, who everybody was pretty high on this offseason, and that was also a home game, so 2 straight home games. Wins are wins, and I get that, but I'm not completely sold on the regime over there in Minneapolis with Sam Darnold at the helm. With that being said, division games are tough, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's all I got to say about that one. Thank you, Trent. Carter, you think Jordan should play? Carter, if the team thinks Jordan should play, I think Jordan should play. I know that's a cop out, but if they say he's good to go, I have no issue with that. Am I wanting him to play? Absolutely. I know I see a lot of folks out there saying, let Malik Willis keep playing. He's doing good. Let Jordan rest some more. And I'm just not there. I'm not in agreement with those statements. If Jordan's ready, then get him on the field as soon as possible. And you'll see that this offense can go levels higher than what we've been seeing it at these last couple of weeks. And that isn't to fault Malik Willis whatsoever. He's done an outstanding job so far at quarterback one. But give me Jordan Love if he's healthy for sure. Mr. G over on Twitter. Love the show, Rob. Keep up the great work. Go, Pat, go. Appreciate you, Mr. G. Hope you're having yourself a good week and have a good Tuesday. It's Aaron over on Instagram, Matt LaFleur, Coach of the Year. He's absolutely absolutely coaching like it through 3 games this year, and hopefully he can notch that one this year finally. I know he's kind of been getting gypped the last few years for Coach of the Year, but maybe this year is the year, finally. Ike, what are your thoughts on Lucas Van Ness so far? LVN has been under some scrutiny through the first 3 games, but I'm honestly fine with the way he's been playing. Had a sack last weekend, had a fumble recovery. He's always going at 100 miles an hour, and it seems like he never gets tired. So he started to whip out some pass rushing moves, so some slow improvement overall as just like a pure pass rusher, but he's still in just his second year and coming out of Iowa, where you got to remember he didn't ever start a game there, so and didn't get a ton of snaps compared to other first round picks. So he'll take a little bit of time to develop as a pass rusher, but I think he's well on his way. So I am enjoying the way Lucas Van Ness is playing so far. Thank you, Ike, for the question. Ryan, still waiting for Rashawn Gary to break out. What's going on, Ryan? This has also been a topic, even going back to last year. People are wanting him to be on that Max Crosby, Nick Bosa type level after he got paid. And admittedly, he just isn't there. He's probably at a level right below those guys, and that's not a detriment or a dig whatsoever. Those Max Crosby, Nick Bosa are, 2 of the better edge rushers in, the last decade or so. But and that's at this moment in time. He can get there. It's just a matter of will he. So I think so far this year, it's been a little bit different of a game plan for those guys outside of last game. Week 1, the emphasis was on keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket. You got to remember he rushed for about 200 yards against us the last time we played him. And pair that with the fact that the Eagles have a really good offensive line, one of the best in the NFL. I don't think anyone expected for us to get a ton of sacks, which obviously we didn't. But we did keep Jalen in the pocket. So job done. We didn't get the win, which we probably should have if we wouldn't have shot ourselves in the foot a few times. But, week 1 was a little different. Week 2 with the Colts, their offensive line isn't as good as the Eagles, but they're still pretty good. And similar game plan and keeping Anthony Richardson in the pocket. So not a ton of teeing off opportunities. And then last weekend, when we all knew getting after the quarterback was most likely going to happen, it did. And Rashad even had himself a sack, which was unfortunately wiped out by a Preston Smith offsides call, which then turned into a touchdown rather than a field goal, which Rashad's third down sack would have forced. So outside of that, he was still causing some havoc, led to some other sacks for some other guys. And although I am wanting to see some more out of Rashawn, I understand why he hasn't been the headline so far this year. So Got another tough matchup this weekend in the Minnesota Vikings. They have two really good tackles, so we'll see what he can do against them. We're only 3 games in, so a little bit more patience here for our guy, Rashawn. How about that? Thank you. Thank you, Ryan, for the question. All right. What do we got here? Let's get the fact of the day rolling, huh? All right. The Green Bay Packers fact of the day. It's a good one. The Green Bay Packers in 19 games last season had 7 total interceptions on the year. So far, through 3 games this season, we are already at 7 interceptions, matching last year's season total. This Jeff Hafley defense and scheme is clearly showing out so far through 3 games. The signing of Xavier McKinney has been a home run get. Jair, who has 2 picks, one of them being a pick 6, all coming within the last 3 games. So far, this defense is showing up and hopefully continues to as the season goes on. Big shout out to TickPick for partnering up with myself. Use the code Packers20 in the TickPick app. $20 off. They're already cheapest tickets out there. All right, what else we got? I'm going to the Packers-Rams game this year. I'm so excited, Jorge. Jorge, have yourself a great time. That wasn't a game that I legitimately was trying to go to, but always thought in the back of my mind heading out to LA would be pretty sweet. I've never been past Colorado as far as that side of the country, so it'd be pretty, or Arizona, whatever one's farther. I thought it'd be pretty sweet to go to SoFi, and I think in general that game's going to be a good game. So enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. The Rams are looking pretty good this year. Matthew Stafford's healthy. And, the whole Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur tree of coaching always is a headline. So, yes, that'll be a good game. Blair over on Facebook. Will Love be held out longer with Malik doing great? Blair, I talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, but as Coach said himself, Malik's performance is not in any way going to affect their decision on Jordan Love. He said it last week, and I think he said it again yesterday. So I have been seeing some comments about, if Malik keeps playing well, let's let Jordan rest a little bit longer. And I'm just not in agreement with any of that. If Jordan's healthy, if he's ready to go, then we need him on the field as soon as possible. There's no detriment or dig towards Malik Willis. He's been doing an absolutely fantastic job. And if he has to continue to start, I think he'll continue to do well. Although I do think the Vikings this weekend is a different beast in a defense compared to the Colts and the Titans. So, no, I don't think Malik doing good is going to give them any reason or, rhyme or reason to keep Jordan out any longer than he needs to be. I think he's starting practice this week as a limited participant. Hopefully that leads to him being a full participant and then hopefully getting cleared this weekend. And, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Thank you, Blair, for hopping in over on Facebook. DH over on YouTube. Love returns. Packers win 24-23. Sunday, DH, I love the prediction. A little early for predictions, don't you think? No, it is never too early. So I'm going to go – I think it's going to be a little higher scoring game. I think Jordan's going to be back. I'm going to go 34-26 Packers. So that's kind of where my head is at. Durant says, I say another Jair pick. I'm right there with you. Jorge, I live near LA, so it was local and easy for me. Haven't been to Lambeau since 2017 with Brett Hundley. Holy buckets. Wow. Jorge, enjoy the game, and hopefully Jordan Love will be at the helm for you, so you don't get 2 backups in a row. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but hope you have yourself a good time, Jorge. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me this morning as far as the show goes. And as you know, and as I always say, the content never stops. I'm always posting anything and everything Packers related on all the social channels. So be sure to follow me at GBP Daily. And please subscribe if you are not already to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys then. And until then, I will catch you guys later. Thank you.